A feature designed to save space, the folding wing, is typical of carrier-based aircraft that operate from the limited deck space of aircraft carriers. By folding upward over the fuselage, the wing reduces the aircraft's footprint. As long as the aircraft remains on the ground, everything works as intended. But some of you may be wondering, has an aircraft ever actually taken off with its wings still folded? Surprisingly, the answer is yes, and not just once. One of the best documented cases occurred on January 22, 1968 at Marine Corps Air Station Miramar in California. That evening, a Navy pilot from VF-53 was preparing for a routine night flight in his F-8 Crusader. During the pre-flight sequence, a combination of electrical problems and distractions interrupted the normal flow of checks. Nothing appeared seriously wrong, and eventually the Crusader accelerated down the runway and lifted into the darkness. For a few seconds, everything seemed normal. Then the aircraft began to shake violently. The pilot felt severe buffeting throughout the airframe and instinctively applied a small amount of aileron to correct what appeared to be a control problem. Instead, the aircraft suddenly rolled, nearly departing controlled flight while still at very low altitude. The pilot managed to regain control and continued climbing while trying to understand what was happening. The answer arrived over the radio. The tower informed him that his wings were still folded. Suddenly, everything made sense. A significant portion of the Crusader's wing area simply wasn't doing its job. The pilot declared an emergency and elected not to touch the wing mechanism. If something had jammed mechanically, attempting to unfold the wings in flight could potentially have made the situation even worse. Instead, he focused on bringing the aircraft home. The approach had to be flown fast and carefully. Higher speed was essential to compensate for the reduced lifting surface, while every control input had to remain smooth and deliberate. Any aggressive maneuver at low speed could have ended the flight immediately. Against all odds, the Crusader landed safely. Both the pilot and aircraft survived. Remarkably, the Miramar incident was not unique. According to several accounts, at least 7 similar Crusader incidents occurred during the aircraft's service life, with the pilots surviving every one of them. But Crusaders were not the only aircraft capable of pulling off such an absurd feat. On May 10, 1966, an F-4B Phantom II from VH-14 launched from USS Franklin D. Roosevelt, and shortly after takeoff, the crew discovered that the outboard wing panels were folded. In this case, the crew quickly concluded that the wing locking mechanism had not properly engaged before launch. After jettisoning external stores and declaring an emergency, they diverted to a nearby naval airfield in Cuba. Flying at high speed and using a careful approach, they completed a successful landing, and the Phantom returned to service only a few days later. A similar incident occurred in 1978 during the departure of a US Air Force F-4E from Keflavik, Iceland. The aircraft wing lock system had failed, leaving the outer wing panels unsecured. The problem went unnoticed because incorrectly painted wing lock indicators showed the wings as locked during the pre-flight inspection. Once again, the crew managed to regain control and land safely. Which raises an obvious question: how could this aircraft fly at all, with their wings folded? The answer is that neither aircraft lost its entire wing. Only the outer wing panels folded, while the center section continued producing lift. At high enough airspeeds, that remaining wing area was enough to keep the aircraft airborne. The pilots also retained roll control because the primary roll control surfaces remained on the fixed inner wing sections rather than the folding outer panels. Even with a significant portion of the wing folded, both aircraft could still be flown and controlled. Their powerful engines played an equally important role. The large thrust reserve helped overcome the additional drag and loss of lift, allowing both the Crusader and Phantom to remain airborne in what to be effectively a severely degraded wing configuration. As a pilot, one aspect of this incident is particularly interesting to me. In both Phantom cases, the explanation is well established. The aircraft took off with their wings extended, but not properly locked. Once airborne, aerodynamic forces caused the outer wing panels to fold upward. The Crusader incidents are less clear. If those accounts are accurate, it raises an obvious question. Is it really possible that the ground crew missed the wing lock indication during pre-flight checks? Or even more surprisingly, failed to notice that the wings were still folded before takeoff? If you worked around military aircraft, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. That's it for today. If you like this type of presentation and would like to see more, please leave a like or comment and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.